Pin comments, and we are good to go. I'm gonna put this here. Hopefully my phone's on Do Not Disturb. We'll see. Okie dokie, we are good to go. Hello everyone. It is Tuesday. I broke one of my nails. It's been a long past 24 hours. But hello everyone. I hope that you guys are doing well. We're going to be talking about platform building today. Hopefully if you're on my email list, then you would have gotten the email that was sent. Let me check my emails because, if you're part of the tribe, you should have got it. If this was sent on Saturday, the 22nd, okay, for my inbox, I got it at 4:48, almost 4:50 p.m. So if you're on my email list, then you should have got it. You should have read the email. Some people, they sign up for my emails. They don't read them. And what I promised to give you, I give you for free, okay? So hello, YouTube. Hello, Angelic Smith. Hello, Julia Banks. Hello, guys. How are you doing? So there's a couple announcements. Not a lot because we have business to get into. This is going to be a business video, okay? But I've hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm really excited. A lot of you guys have come to my YouTube channel for business. You've come to watch my various business kind of mastermind videos. You've watched my creating your journal business videos, launching your t-shirt business videos, learning drop shipping, how to run a service-based business. There's so much that's happened on my YouTube channel, and it's grown really fast over a short amount of time. And I'm just really super grateful to everyone who has supported. And so on July the 1st, we're going to be doing a giveaway through Amazon and make it really easy. So stay tuned for that. But just a huge thank you to YouTube. Definitely have to shout you guys out. So we're going to jump into today. This is Platform Building 101. I was going to use the board. Where is it? Over there. However, it's been a very crazy weekend. And if you cannot tell, my office it looks kind of the same, but it's really crazy because I had a very long weekend, and I really just kind of need to get everything in here, just whatever, organized. But anyway, we're going to jump into this. If you got the email from me on June the 22nd, it was called Platform Strategy 101. That's what we're breaking down today. So you may need to go back to that email that I sent out, print it out, or take notes, do whatever you need to do, because it really is the opener for today. So a lot of people ask me, Genesis, what's the very first thing you recommend to a business owner? Like if you had one piece of advice, the first thing is you need to know what type of business you're going to have. If you have a B2B, a B2C, B2B is business to business. That means that you're not focused on the consumer end so much as a regular person buying your product. But a B2C is that, right? So a B2C is where you're selling a product that is to the consumer. Some of you guys are business experts here and know all that. But what you are not doing is what I need to talk about, okay? So with platform building, a lot of people, they act as if building a community is like the likes and people following them and all that good stuff. But what I've seen with many businesses is that they do not or are not living at their full potential, and many businesses and entrepreneurs are struggling extremely, and they aren't making any money. And so you have two sides of entrepreneurs. You have people who are well known but broke, and then you have people who are at the bottom, starting out, and they're following these people who are, obsessed with being seen and all that good stuff, right? You guys know how I feel about that. I want to focus today on helping you get back to the basics, okay? My expertise is in community building. I call it platform building. I like to call myself the platform coach. And what I focus on is teaching you guys. I don't teach everything in business. My expertise is strictly in building that community, converting that community via services and products, right? So that's my expertise. I'm not going to teach you how to do your accounting, how to do your money. That's not me. My father will tell you that's not me because he manages my bank account. Okay? So listen, okay? I don't teach you how to keep, listen, okay? I teach you how to make it, okay? But what I focus on is for those of you who do need a community. If you do government contracts, you don't need a community to make your money. So this doesn't apply to every business. This only applies to people who are usually B2C businesses. Okay, again, that's business to consumer. So you're selling a product or service to the general public. Okay, and so if that is what you're doing, then you do need a community to push the products or services out. And most people, what people have not taught them is the importance of building your community before you go big. People want to be big, but not have a community. And when you don't have a community, you will fight much harder to make money. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. Years and years and years ago, I'm joking, maybe about 10 years ago, events were like it. Events were huge. Events were it. Events still are, in my opinion, except for the main fact that we live in a tech age, right? Now, like I posted today, right? A lot of stuff that people are doing, right? Because see, when you do events, right, you have to pull people out of their houses to come to you, which is not a bad thing at all, because you can make tons of money with events. Except events have a large expense amount. Most conferences and events, you're going to see a profit margin of usually between 10 to 15%. Once you pay for everything, once you pay all the vendors, the speakers, the food, the event space, the contracts, insurance, liability, all this stuff, okay? When you get done, you're probably going to see a 10 to 15% profit that you're going to make from that event. Right now, I've seen people make more than that, okay? But on average, 10 to 15%, okay? And so I have people who I've coached and one-on-one sessions with. And I've said, okay, tell me what you've done so far in building your business, right? And they, I kid you not, will tell me that they did an event, a conference, some kind of, book signing, whatever, and they've bled heavily. Okay, bled heavily because people told them you need to get out there, you need to interact with people. So what they did was they went out here, they interact with people, shelled all this money out, okay? That their business had not yet even made yet. So your business is not pulling any revenue and you're throwing it to host an event that is out your pocket. Now, I could see if this was funded. I could see if you got, things for free. But a lot of times you're self-funding from money, okay, that honestly needs to live in your household, not in your business, okay? And I get it. You want to support your business by taking your personal money, feeding into the business. I get that. But let me tell you something that is so key. Okay, hopefully someone's listening to this, okay? Your goal is not to be seen first and paid later. Listen to me. Your goal should be to be paid first and then seen later, okay? Until your business is operating off of its own 2 feet, okay, you do not have the right to bleed it dry, okay? But in our society, a lot of leaders, a lot of people I'm talking to, your leaders, okay? You are seeing leaders being seen, and so you feel like you must be seen, but you're going broke being seen, okay? You're going broke being seen, okay? But you think that you're following the model. Let me tell you something. That model is broken because those people are broke. I know this because of the fact that I look at them, I look at what they're doing, and while it's so amazing and while I'm all supportive, it's not a business. I want you to hear me. If we go back to the definition of what an actual business is, a business is an exchange of goods and services for what? For money. Okay, for money. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. For money. Okay, I'm exchanging goods and services. Okay, so that I can do what? So that I can make a profit. Not so that I can bleed dry, not so that I can be known, not so that I can have my face on a flyer, hold a mic, okay? So this is why, no offense to anybody, I love you, but I want to save a lot of people the headaches they've been having of you want to build a platform, you want to get clients, you want to help people, you want to impact people, but right now it seems really tough right now to get people. But let me tell you why. We live in a social world, an online tech-based world. Stop looking at people's old school plans. Start looking at where the markets overall are going. Now I'm a Christian. So, I look at the church world, look at a lot of events that they do, right? And while they're amazing, while people are coming, right? While things are happening, a lot of the methods are still old school, because people are not paying attention to the buying trends of people overall, not just including the church, but just people overall, whether you're Christian, whether you're atheist, pagan, whatever you are, right? So when you look at the buying trends of the industry, of the world itself, it is based on community and global effect. Period. Okay. So the question now should be shifting to is, instead of me trying to focus on packing out an event, how can I create revenue streams within a business, right, where I have global impact and global money, right? So instead of me getting caught up on going broke, hosting events to get my name out here, okay, let me use free streams such as live stream, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, taking my behind in networking events, not vending. Okay, I tell my clients all the time, don't you dare go to an event the first time and vend. You attend the event first, then you figure out if that's something that you want to go to. Sometimes you make more money attending an event than vending at an event. Some of you guys will catch that later, but it's all right, okay? Because sometimes the money is not the people coming to the table. It's the people who are sitting at the tables in the events, the people who own the companies, not the people who they've hired to run their tables. Some of you guys will catch that later. And hopefully you catch it now. I don't know where that accent came out, because I'm definitely Delaware. But you will catch that. Hopefully you catch it, okay? That sometimes you need to be more focused on meeting the CEOs and the owners versus the people at the tables. Because that's where sometimes in some places, because guess what? Some place that you're going to, your target demo is not actually the people walking the general public. It's the 10%. The 10% of the people who are at an event or at a conference or at a summit or whatever. But see, they're not behind the table, you know. So you got to learn where you need to place yourself. Right? You got to understand that. That's why you have to stop wasting your money on trying to be seen. That's the reason why so many entrepreneurs, pastors, preachers, ministry people are broke. They have tons of product, tons of ideas, execution slim, and money slim. Right? And I hear that attack, but I'm a very cutthroat person, because a lot of times we sweep things under the rug and we don't deal with it. And that's why people are struggling, because we're not dealing with the issues. We're just like acting like everything's okay. No, nothing. It's not all right. It's not good. Okay. We are not where we should be. Okay. And you have to be grown enough to understand that if I'm going to build a business that, here, listen to me, that I won't have to sweat for every day, I need to build community first. This is big. If you're going to build a business where you're not going to be sweating every day trying to build it, you need to build the community first. It takes longer to build community than to make a product, which is why most people would rather make a product than to build a community, because it doesn't take that long to come up with an idea for an event or to get a product manufactured, right? But then who are you going to sell it to? Right. And so this is what happens when you have all these ideas that get produced and executed with no community, which means that now you have products made and no one to sell them to. So now it's almost like you're struggling up the hill with the weight over your back, because now you've spent the money, now you've spent the time, right? But there's no one to sell to. So now you're struggling up the hill, right? And that's probably the best analogy I can give to what I'm talking about. So this is why I preach heavily on community building. And people don't want to listen to me, because you know why? It takes long. It takes years to do it. But guess what? I don't have to struggle like the people who are trying to rush through the process. So let's talk about the 3 things. And I'm going to use this video first to talk about the very first thing that we talked about in the email. Now, I break down platform building into 3 areas of impact. Okay, these are 3 things that you need to learn, that you need to have if you're going to become that person that you look up to, right? Because I'm going to talk about that. So it's your voice, your vision, and your mission. Okay, your voice. You need to have this memorized. Okay, because I had to. Your voice, your vision, and your mission. Your voice, your vision, and your mission. Now you may say, well, this just sounds like general business talk. No, it's not, because I'm about to break it down into platform building 101. So please believe me when I tell you that this is going to be a very helpful video for you, which is why we did not waste time with announcements in the beginning. We're just jumping right into it. Your voice. This is the number one thing that most people have a problem with, that is keeping them broke. Because you will not open your mouth. And when you open your mouth is not open to the size that it should be. Okay, so I want you to clearly listen to me. Many of you look up to people who are charismatic. We look up to Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Thurgood Marshall, Rosa Parks. We look up to Beyonce, Michelle Obama, President Barack Obama. We look up to people who have a voice, okay? They have a voice. But I want to tell you something that is so important. You know who else had a voice? Hitler, Jim Jones. They had Frank Lucas, Griselda Blanco. I can think of a whole bunch of people who ruin our communities, okay, in our world, okay, because they also had a voice, okay. I want you to hear this. There are people, for instance, you look up to that you would, oh my God, if I could just spend 5 minutes with them, oh my God, my life would be transformed, right? But let me tell you why you want to listen to them. I'm just gonna tell you why. Why people listen to good people, why people listen to bad people, right? Because in a crowd of noise, this is important, in a crowd of noise, when someone brings clarity and focus, no matter good or bad, heads turn. You got to get this. A lot of people don't have confidence in their voice, but yet they want to have a business that makes millions. You're not going to make millions when you do not believe in your voice. Okay. I'm not here to crush your vision, but don't tell me how you're going to be a millionaire. You will not be consistent with your voice. Okay. You don't show up. Listen, the way that you show up is how your money shows up. Your voice isn't consistent. Your money isn't consistent. You're not consistent. Your money isn't consistent. You want to be lazy with how you play your cards. Your money will be lazy with how you play your cards. Many of the reasons why we're not where we are at is not because of some foreign, I don't know thing. Many times when I look at people's lives, I can point out why they are not where they're at. I can point out for myself why I'm not where I should be at. Every person, this is not some, oh my God, I just have no clue why I'm struggling, why things aren't here. I just don't know. Really? Are you sure? All of us, I think, can have an idea for why we're not where we should be. It's not foreign language. It's not something in the sky. It's clear, right? There are contracts you don't have because you did not apply for the contracts. There's money you do not have because you didn't spend these past couple weekends working on them. Okay. Now you may say, well, I didn't have the time. Okay, great. But that's why it didn't happen. People say, I have no clue. I know it's supporting me because you don't talk about your business. This is not like some hey, that's not a lie. No. I don't want to hear it. This is why I'm a cutthroat, straight to the point person, because at the end of the day, we're not going to waste our time mourning and crying over crap that has a clear answer for why things are not working out. Right? It's not foreign. So you have to understand that your voice is the very first thing you have to get in order if you want to make more money. Okay. And if you're going to attract people to follow you, why should they follow you? Why? You give me a reason for why I should hear you speak. And see that's a little cutthroat, right? But guess what? It's the truth, because that's what people are thinking when you post, when you talk. Right. But here we are. I just think that people, I just have something good to say. I really want to help people. Okay, great. Awesome. Okay. And so your grandmother wants to help somebody. Your next door neighbor wants to help somebody. But guess what? They're not on a big platform. Okay. Now I'm not saying, is it necessary for you to be on a big platform? No. But when you have a business, the job is to make money. This is not and actually nonprofits can be big. So let me not say not nonprofit, but this is not some hobby you're doing. You're running an actual business that will report to the IRS with revenue. Okay. Are you making any revenue? So if we're going to win, okay, I know it's not about winning in business. Okay. If you're in business, okay, and you're some passive person like, oh, it's like whatever I make is what I make. You're not in business. Nope. I don't know what you're in. Maybe summer camp, maybe like a business kids summer camp kind of thing where money doesn't matter. You kind of just shoot random figures. But if you're in business, your job is to make money and revenue. That's a point blank. Yes, it includes passion and purpose. But as I always say, you guys know what I say, the passion will die out quickly when you're broke. Okay, you can talk about God all you want to. Keep on having a negative bank balance, okay? And you let me know how much purpose and passion you feel 2 weeks later, okay? So at the end of the day, we got to make sure we monetize this thing. So your voice is important. You are attracted to the charisma of people. So if you call yourself a hermit, and I get it, you're an introvert, okay? I get it. You want to kind of, be someone who's quiet. But when it's time to make your money, you don't have time to hide in the rock. Okay, you do that when you get done. Do that when you get done your pitch competitions. Do that when you get done talking to different investors. Do that after you get done. But when it comes time to talk to the people who own the doors to your next moves, this is not the time for you to be quiet. Okay? Okay, this is very important. So your voice must have clarity. You cannot lead people and not know what you're talking about. And guess what? An idea does not mean clarity. So guess what? You can say, well, I just want to impact people. That is not, hold on, as we go to our next word, that's not a vision. That's not a vision. A vision includes a destination. So if you're not going to tell me why I should follow you because you don't know where you're taking me, I'm not following you. And this is why sometimes we have a hard time converting people into building a community by them following us, because no one knows what the heck you're doing. I love you. I trust you. I know you love God, or you're whatever you are, and you want to lead people somewhere. But guess what? No one knows what you're doing. You have a great name. You have a logo. You have some colors. You did a few videos. But guess what? We still don't even know really what the heck you do. Just be honest. I don't really know what you do. So you're over here that, oh my God, no one wants to follow me. No, it's not that no one wants to follow you. No one knows what you do, where you're taking them, what they'll get by following you. Jesus, not to get religious, but I'm a Christian, so I like to use him as an example. Jesus, when he pitched the opportunity for the disciples to follow him, he gave them a vision for where they were going. He was not like, hey, you want to follow me? Like, first of all, sir, I don't know who you are, and you just walked up here in some toga and some sandals, and your feet look a little crusty, and you wear long hair, and some people, they call you a prophet, and yeah, that's about it. When Jesus asked Simon Peter, this is so important too. Some of y'all got to get this. When Simon Peter, for instance, was the fisherman, right? And Jesus wanted him to become a disciple. You know the first thing he did? The first thing he did was he demonstrated in front of Peter what kind of leader he was. Okay? So before you lead people somewhere, you got to let them see what your effects are, right? So Simon Peter let Jesus use his boat, okay? Jesus spoke to the people. Simon Peter at that point had the opportunity to watch just what kind of leader he was going to follow, okay? Then Jesus delivered on showing Simon Peter the personal effects of what would happen in him following him. In other words, the fact that you will never lack for nothing. Now, that was Jesus' specific pitch. That may not be your pitch, right? So if you want to impact teams, or, you want to run a business helping people with their finances, but you need to provide a vision for where you're taking people. Okay. So this is why when you build a platform, you form a community, you're going to spend, honestly, the first year or 2 years doing a ton of speaking. That's going to be the majority. Some of you guys just want to come with products. No one cares about your stuff. I love you. But let me just give you a straightforward, honest cut. No one cares. No one cares. I love you, but no one cares. First, speak. Okay, your voice is the open channel to bring in the community, to monetize that community, so that you also build a passive income and active income. Active income, you guys know, is what I physically have to do. That's coaching, that is consulting, right? That's usually going to be tens of thousands, right? But then that passive income are those things that you can sell while you sleep. But you can't sell passive income to a small amount of people. Now, I get it. Maybe you can. I got it. Cool beans. But I've learned personally that passive income becomes millionaire income when you have a community. Okay, because why? The products are usually lower priced. So when you're selling passive incomes that are at a lower price point than your consulting work, like my consulting, I charge thousands for, right? But my passive income, my books, my downloadables, those are not $1,000, right? So with those things, because they're lower, I have to do what? The volume. I'm selling volume. You guys know what is the art of the game with passive income? Is volume. That V word. Never mind. It's volume. Okay, gotta say my mind. So it's the fact that you have to understand that if I'm going to do passive income and active income, I got to have a community period. Okay. So this is why your voice is so important. Your voice is important. Your voice crafts the vision. It paints the picture. Your vision shows people where they're going. But if you want to build a large community, you got to tell them, where the heck are we going? Okay, what are we going to get? What are we going to do when we get there? And then how is my life going to change by me being involved in this platform, movement, community that you're building? Okay, your voice must commit to charisma. Okay, now I'm not saying you to be bubbly like me, bouncing off the walls. Okay, but charisma is something that many public speaking figures have learned how to maximize to draw people. Politicians have to learn how to use their charisma to draw people to build support, right? They do it a lot of times too. They speech writers, but they still have to give the charisma, right? Their job is still to give the charisma. Okay, you have to learn how to have charisma. And the reason why many entrepreneurs are struggling too is because they are waiting to feel. This is why emotions will mess you on up. You want to feel. You want to feel it. You want to feel it. You want to feel good, right? To speak good. You want to wait until you feel like going live to go live, okay? You want to wait until you feel like being organized to be organized, okay? You just want to feel your way into millions. That's not how it works. Okay, that's not how that works at all. Just don't want to crash your bubble, but I'm going to pop it, okay? If I'm going to crash, I'm going to pop it, okay? You cannot feel your way into building your community because consistency does not care about your feelings. It cares about consistency. Consistency cares about consistency, okay? So when you talk about building something over time, that's why for me, I have a hard time respecting people who don't have track records but want to give me knowledge. You don't have knowledge, you have opinions, because until you've executed, all you have is an idea about what should happen, but you don't have any expertise, right? Why? Because a track record through consistency, it builds consistency, which builds community, right? The reason why I was able to build what I've built, and probably why I respect people with receipts, is because when I started my platform in 2012, I was teaching, you guys know testimony, I was teaching when there was none of this live stream. It was Google Hangouts via live. Okay, that was the only live streaming system that was out there in 2012, period. I showed up, I was teaching to 0 people. Why? I didn't know how to build community at the time. But I researched, I discovered MailChimp, didn't know what the heck MailChimp was, but I knew it was a way to collect emails. And you said, I got to figure out a way to collect some emails, okay? Nobody was teaching me on how to build community. That's why I'm so passionate about it, because it helped me build an online ministry that then helped me to launch a great graphic design business that then helped me to launch a personal brand, GenesisDorsey.com, that now has helped me to launch all sorts of other stuff. But it all started with learning how to gather people correctly. Not perfectly, but correctly. I would teach on lives when nobody was watching, but I was consistent because I knew that if I showed up consistently, I began to create online downloadable Bible studies. This was before She Reads Truth. This Piggy Promise was not doing any of this stuff. Okay, I'm not trying to, I'm just trying to talk about what was happening in the ministry marketplace. Okay, so I decided to create these downloadable like Bible studies, right? And I didn't know how to create Bible studies. I was not a licensed minister. Okay. I was just a girl who was the Lord told me to do some stuff. Okay. So here I was, I didn't know how to create downloadables. So what I was doing was I was using Pages for Mac, which is like Microsoft Word. And I didn't have graphic design experience. Okay. I just knew I was supposed to do something and I figured out how to do it. See, if I would have gone by emotions, I would have said, I don't know how to do it. I don't know who I'm going to pay to do it. I got to figure out how to do it. We don't have time for excuses. Either you're going to execute or not. And this is why I talk about when it comes to using your voice and building a vision, some of you have way too many options left in your life that give you reasons for why you don't have to go 100. And that's why you don't accomplish like you should. Remember how we talked about there's no hidden reason for why we're not successful. Everything's in front of us, right? I mean, it really is. So for me, I eliminated the options. Okay, I did. I didn't have. This is fun. I didn't have friends who supported me because I didn't really at the time have friends. So I couldn't say, oh, well, I didn't have this support. I didn't have I didn't even have nobody to bounce ideas off of because nobody else was doing this but me. So, I didn't have these doors to walk through and lay down in and see like, oh, I can't do it. No, nobody else. There's no one else to help. I was doing it. Okay. So I'm executing. Okay. Then people start coming. Okay, right. So this is when I started to understand that I also had to have a mission. So these are 3 things: a voice, a vision, a mission. Your voice, okay, is what will draw people. Your vision is the vehicle, and the mission is what you do in the vehicle. Y'all got, so let's break it down again. My voice is what brings people to me. This is why when I teach about platforms, this is my area of expertise. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. Your voice is what attracts people. That's why you have to open up your mouth consistently. Let me tell you something while I'm talking about this. People will get annoyed at your voice because, let me tell you something, most people are addicted to chaos. Most people are not, they don't really understand the idea of having clarity in their voice or their vision. So be ready to make people annoyed when you keep on shouting from the voice, for your voice, okay? You're going to be consistent. You're showing up. You're talking all the time. She's talking all the time about how to help people get well. She's talking all the time about how to help people build a business. He's talking all the time about how to help people become authors. They're talking all the time about their grass cutting business. They're talking all the time. Well, guess what? As a business owner, my job is to make money. So if I don't open up my voice, I'm going to be broke, okay? So I'm going to open up my mouth because that's what I'm supposed to do. So you have to understand that you will make people annoyed by your consistency because most people are not consistent. So your consistency will create irritation and friction. So just get ready for it, okay? Don't get shocked. Oh my God, I can't believe that people don't like me. Oh my God. Listen, it comes with the territory. You know what? You're bringing clarity where there's chaos. That's what makes great businesses. That's what makes that's what we call in business world disruptors. Disruptors are companies. They're companies, they're people, innovators who come into an industry that has chaos and they disrupt. And disruption is when you basically take something that has been the way it's always been and you cut through it with clarity and you transform how that marketplace functions. Right? So if your job is to bring disruption, if your job is to bring clarity, you have to understand that it's going to come through your voice. It's going to come through your voice. And you cannot be ashamed to open up your mouth to help people. You cannot be ashamed to show up well. You can't just show up. You got to show up well. Stop showing up with your bonnet on. Stop showing up looking crazy. Show up. I had to learn that. I did. Because, listen. Now, listen, every day I'm going live with my bonnet, but I was doing my makeup. Now, that was what I was, it was a part of what I was doing. But you have to show well. Some people, look, I love you guys so much. I really do. But if you're going to show up and cut through the chaos of what's already happening in the marketplace, you have to give it a step up. Okay, so it's not just me having a voice. You can post online all day about how amazing you are, how much of an expert you are. But guess what? I don't see any videos where you break down to me how you're an expert. I don't see any videos where you're giving me tips and tricks and strategies. What are you talking about? You're not an expert. Oh, you may say, well, just what are you talking about? I am an expert. Well, then show me. This is where I'm telling you, I love all of you guys very much, but my job is not to make you feel comfortable. My job is to help you build your platform and give you the voice, okay? Give you that confidence to have that voice to build something that draws people. That's how we're doing the Secure Summit in July, and that's why I'm so glad I'm building a virtual option so people all over the world can join in, because it's one of those things where it's time to build your platform. You cannot keep on depending upon other people to build your platform or for you to lean on their platform. Listen, if you don't own it, it's not yours, okay? So this is why for me, I've been very passionate about building my own platform because I'm not going to depend upon people to make me great or to make me wealthy. Now, I believe in collaborations. I believe in partnerships. But at the end of the day, you have to own your platform. And so when we act like we don't need to build our platform or build our community, right? Then guess what? Your laziness has now created your poverty in a sense. Not in a sense. It is what it is. I say what I say. Okay. So what I'm telling you through YouTube, through Facebook, through Instagram, watching behind the scenes is the fact that I need you to realize that your mouth is the vehicle, okay, for you to attract the community that you need to build. You have to open up your mouth and you have to open it up consistently. Now you have to open up consistently, Now, again, it depends upon what kind of business you have. If you have a B2C, it's a little bit different. If you have a B2B, it's a little bit different, right? To me, B2Bs don't really need to do too much community talking out there because your community is more private and more of interior based. But if you have a B2C, you need to open up your mouth. I have friends who make tens of thousands. Shoot, they make like over $50,000 a month, right? Still lazy. Because you know what, for me, it's not about you tell me how much money you make run. Listen, okay, cool, what? Okay, you still lazy. Okay. So I make $50,000. Okay, great. You still lazy. Okay. So you don't let money make you lazy. Don't. There's still more money to make. Okay, talk about, well, I don't need to, I'm making my money. Okay, yeah, but guess what? You could be making more if you just did what I told you to do. You could be making more. Okay, so just because you're getting the check doesn't mean you need to slow down. Okay, you could be making more, but you are not, because you think that because you're making it that you don't need to upgrade how you do what you do. No, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Joseph could be satisfied with Potiphar, okay, but that wasn't the vision that he got. Okay, his vision was he was going to have people bow down to him. He was not going to have that happen with Potiphar, but he did have that happen, okay, when he got him next to Pharaoh. Okay, so when God gives you a vision, don't let the money come in now make you lazy. Build the people, get the people, use your voice, okay? So how do we do this? The last part is we have our voice, we have our vision, but let's talk about this mission thing. How are you actually going to take people from point A to point B? If you talk about how you're going to build a platform, right? This is what politicians sell us. Oh gosh. But anyway, politicians, they sell us the idea that, you vote for me, this is what I'm going to do. Right? This is why, I'm not a Democrat nor am I Republican. I'm not really into both sides, honestly. But, with politics, that's what they do. They sell you this vision and they tell you that if you vote for me, this is what I'm going to do for you. Of course, these are all promises that have not been yet executed, okay? But guess what? With you, that won't be an issue because you're actually going to provide execution. So when people tell me they're building a platform and I ask you, well, what do you do? Okay. That's not when you give me the vision. That's when you give me the mission. Okay. Your vision is where you're taking people. Your mission is how you get them there. Okay. The vision is we're going to put a man in the moon. We're putting a man on the moon. The mission, right? You guys know air missions, right? The mission is we're going to put them in this spaceship on this date. We're going to make it a goal to get him to this point, right? That's a mission. Yeah, when you're a spy, right, the overall goal may be to take somebody out, but the mission will be go to Italy at this time, get that gun and blah, 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 right? So that's the mission. So you have your voice, you have your vision, and then you have your mission. And a lot of times when we talk about this is more of like the overall business, concepts for your business, but I actually use them as a platform building tool. So your mission needs to be the actual things that you do. So for instance, I'll give you a per example. So for me, as a platform builder, my voice has attracted people over the years to follow me. Okay. What has made people follow me? Number one, my consistency. Number two, my passion. I'm a fireball. You don't have to be a fireball, though. You could be a calm spirited person. People follow you because you're really calm and you make people calm down. Maybe you're funny, maybe you're spunky, maybe you're weird and geeky. I think that's actually the coolest thing ever. So, whatever your personality is, maybe you're a techie person, maybe you're more of a data analysis statistics person. But whatever your personality is, that's going to attract people. So that's why you need to focus on building that charisma within your own personality. Right. So that's what they follow me for. The fact that I'm really passionate. I love what I do. I make sure that I give it in a teaching way. I'm a teacher. That's just who I am. So when I talk, I try to make sure that when you listen to me, you can clearly apply what I'm telling you, right? Because I want you to win. So I have to give it to you in a way that's digestible. My vision is that I desire to help people package their passions. Basically, I want to help you to take whatever it is that you're passionate about helping people to do and package it through platform building. I want to take you, this is where I'm taking you to where we've built you a platform that you can stand on, right? A platform is not a website. A platform is the three things we talked about: your voice, your vision, your mission. That's what you stand on, right? And then I want to help you to monetize that. So when I talk about what is that I do, that's the vision is the fact. Hey, we socialize for you. The fact is that when you follow me, you're going to build that. You're going to build a platform that you can stand on, that you can monetize. That's where I'm taking you to. The way I get you there is my mission. So that's why we do things such as boot camps. That's why we do the one-on-one coaching sessions. That's why we have the coaching programs. That's why we have the Secure Summit. We have all of these different things, right, that help you to get to that mission. Right? You have to do the same thing for your business. If you want to help people have healthier lawns, okay, great. That is the vision. But then how do you help them get there? Do you offer certain services? Do you offer certain products and things that will help them to maintain their lawn? Do you offer, monthly subscriptions or whatever? I'm just making stuff up. But the point is that is your mission. But see, you can have the vision and you can have the mission, the ideas. I'm going to do this and do this for them. But if your voice, this is why I'm stressing the voice. If your voice is not open, I don't care how many ideas, I don't care how helpful you are, I don't care how much you want to impact people, I don't care how knowledgeable you are, how many degrees you have. If you don't open your mouth, none of it matters because no one will hear you. No one will see you, right? People say, well, Genesis, I've networked at a few events, but you haven't networked at enough. You haven't talked to enough people. Now, you talked to 20 people in the past 3 months and you feel like somehow now people owe you millions. For what reason? You have not done the work, right? People tell me, well, I've vented at a couple events. You've only vented at 3 events over the course of a couple months. Who owes you money? Nobody owes you anything. You have not been consistent. You've only shown up in 3 places, but you feel like the world should know you. What kind of privilege I'm telling you, sometimes it shocks me on how privileged entrepreneurs really feel like somebody owes them money with limited effort. Nobody owes you a drop, a dime, a bucket, a nugget, nothing, okay? Because until you have proven to people that they can depend on you, they can depend on your business, that you will show up, otherwise you're just a figment of someone's about, oh, I thought I saw them at this event. I don't know. Okay. Then you disappear into the abyss. Okay. Nobody sees you for another couple months. You pop up with another product. What? You need to be in people's minds, hearts. Okay. That's how it works. You need to become that person when people say, oh my gosh, who do I need for social media management? All they can think about is you. Because guess what? You are showing up talking about social media management. You're providing online videos. You're building. This is the crazy part, right? I wish you get this right. With my YouTube channel, as a perfect example, I did 2 videos. My goal was not to go viral. My goal was not to have all these people that now bombard my inbox. I already get about between 50. Now it's cranked up because if I get influenced, I've designed for influencers and they shout me out. And every single time that happens, my inbox gets basically like trashed. But the point is that I just did some videos, right? I'm gonna give an example. I did some videos on how to start your journal and planner business, okay? Because I had a very successful launch in business. And then I'm getting ready for my next one, as you guys saw, which is going to be the my college prayer journal, which I'm excited about that. And I did a video on that. But before that, I did a video on like just starting like a t-shirt and mug business, right? It was just a regular video, right? But guess what I was giving? I was giving what people were searching for. See, this is very important. I wasn't launching a YouTube channel where I was just putting out random videos that I felt like I wanted to put out, right? I said I have a voice, I have a vision, and I have a mission, right? Okay. So what I did was I created content that see, this is big, that strangers would find. When you're building a community, you're not building a community based on your girlfriends, your bros, your cousins, no. I said, if I'm going to win, I want to win a way where no one can say, oh, well, you did that because you had your friends support you. No, that's not true. These 5,000 people, now 5,030 people subscribe to me I know who these people are because I'm a can of paint, right? But guess what? Now they've become tribe members. Now I see them on Instagram. I see them a lot. I've created even best friend and friend relationships from someone following me on YouTube. Elizabeth is a perfect example on how she's from Long Island, right? Okay, great. She found me off of YouTube, okay? And now we know each other personally. We've had lunch in Long Island, right? Okay, great. So now I have a platform where I depended upon strangers more than I depended upon my friends, okay? And now I got people coming to oh my God, incorrect English. Now I have, my father would be like, I did not put you in private school for all that. But now I have, okay, a community of people that are literally worldwide, international. So I get inquiries from all over the world about planners and journals. And it's now to the point where literally I can only work with, I only work with 6 clients. Usually it's 5, but now like this month upcoming July 6th, 6 clients a month. But I get between 50, sometimes from 50 all the way up to 100 a day from people just, oh, I got a question. Hey, can you do this? When 6-figure chick shouted me out, it still is crashed. People still I don't got no room. There's no room at the end. It's no more room. No more room. Right? Literally, like, and I posted stats on this. Like, I have millions of dollars sitting in my inbox. I can't serve all these people. But guess what though? I'm trying to tell you something. I'm trying to tell you something. You got to hear me. Stop trying to figure out. Stop trying to be known. Okay, you'll become known. Oh, guess what? Your consistency will make it's an automatic. That's the problem with people. You have to understand that consistency will make you known. If you do the work, you will become known. But the problem is when people want to become known and don't do any work. Nobody owes you a shout out on no platform at all. Okay, you know why? You have not done any work. I'm not saying it was you. I'm not talking to anybody specifically. Okay, but I'm just trying to tell you that you have to do the work first. Put in the work first, right? So my YouTube channel is my name. It's Genesis Dorsey. Just type in Genesis Dorsey and I'll come on. Because guess what? I've done videos that have what? My name beside them. Okay, what do my videos do? They help solve people's problems. So I'm not just on Facebook posting statuses all day. Because guess what? That's only going to take you so far. You need to position yourself as an expert. Stop positioning yourself as a Facebook post encourager. Okay, how far are you gonna go with that? How far? You keep on telling me. You have to do more than post quotes. You need to begin to show people why you're an expert. And again, I'm not saying to see. Here's the problem with people. This is what they tell me. Well, I'm getting clients. I don't think you heard me. I didn't say that you weren't getting clients from your Facebook posts. What I said was, you are missing out on the bigger picture because that's all you remain with. People always use excuses as reasons for them not to follow what I tell them all the time. Some people they like me, but they don't really like me. Like they still got a little irritation problem with me, because I'm not, something rubs them wrong, You know why? Because of the fact that I challenge a lot of things that people take as rules or truth, right? Like for instance, people think that now success is, the fact that you got to be on a private jet in Dubai, right? Okay. That is awesome. And I love that. I have friends going to Dubai, private jets. I get it. I love it. But if you're not making the money that you need to make, some people aren't even making six figures in their business. Your priorities are all the way messed up. All the way messed up. All the way messed up. You don't have to agree with me, because let me tell you something. The reason why people follow me is that I'm very strong in my opinions and I don't change them. And if you're going to be, this is what I'm telling people about having a voice. If you're going to have a strong voice, you cannot be wishy-washy. Malcolm X believed in a different approach than guess what? Martin Luther King. And people followed them both. Okay, people follow Martin Luther King, people follow Malcolm X. Okay, you have to be convicted about what you believe. And this is why, for me, I may rub people wrong, but the reason why people follow me is that I'm not wishy-washy. I don't change my opinion because you disagree with me. I'm grown. I'm a grown woman. And you have to learn that if you're going to have people follow you, if you're going to be an expert, experts have a method to their madness that I promise you not everyone will agree with at all. I don't really like the woman, Yavazan, something, whatever, the one that does Fix My Life. I don't agree with her methods. Do you think that people who follow her care about the fact that I don't agree with her methods? No. Mm-mm. Do I feel like a licensed therapist who has years of therapist work should probably be doing that? Yeah, that's what I personally believe. Now, again, I'm not sure. Maybe she does. I don't know. I don't think that publicizing some of this mess on TV really helps people. But again, there are people who will vouch and say it does, or it's helped them. And guess what? It may have helped them, right? So you have to learn that as a leader, you're going to have a voice that will have a position. You have to defend your position and believe it's right. Jim Jones, who made the Kool-Aid, believed in the Kool-Aid in himself. You guys, you'd be crazy like Jim Jones. Not that crazy. Not in that direction. But you have to be so convicted that when you serve your Kool-Aid, just people don't die though. Like they get better. They don't die. But you have to be that kind of person. So this is why we talk about being voicing that vision, being confident. I have learned that I'm not going to get focused on trying to show people that I'm making it. I'm not going to be confident. I'm not going to build up my success and trying to show you what bag I have or whatever. Because to me, items are just items. Okay? Items are just items. Okay? I buy a Louis bag. Some of y'all, oh my God. Okay. It's just a bag. It's just a bag. And if you have to break your neck to get the bag, you don't need to get the bag. Okay? You need to get the bag. Okay? You don't need to do that. Okay? You hear me? You gotta learn. You gotta stop living your life based upon items. You gotta stop thinking that means like it's a level of entrepreneurship you have to achieve. Honey, go get a job. I'm trying to tell some of y'all need to understand this. You don't work for someone else to buy a bag. I mean, it's not that serious. It's not, oh, I gotta be an entrepreneur to have that kind of bag. No, you do not. This is not what this stuff is about. What this is about is building your community, paying your bills, taking care of your family, okay? Get more focused on making your money than trying to be seen. I promise you, if you build a correct track record, you will be seen. People will want to know you, okay? So as we close, let's summarize what are the 3 things you need to focus on in building your business. You need to first be confident in your voice, okay? I try to challenge people on this all the time. People still don't want to listen to me. It's okay. Open up your mouth. You're watching me now because you're watching me open up my mouth. I think this is probably the best example to check. Okay? You're watching me because I open up my mouth. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to like me. You don't have to listen to me. But you are. Whether it's for a minute, 2 minutes, the whole video, you're listening to me. Okay? You have to open up your mouth. You have to be consistent. I've been doing this since 2012. What's that? 7 years. Okay? So stop breaking down because it's only been 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. You're just, I want to give you something that's probably going to help a lot of y'all. You're just getting started. You're just. Now, if it goes 10 years and you still haven't made room, you may want to pull the covers back and say, well, hold on, what's going on now? You should be growing through the years though. Right? You should be growing through the years. But you have to learn that you're just getting started. Good businesses will take time, especially if it's something that you want to pass on to your children, to your family members, if you want to leave it as a legacy. Yes. Now, if you're building a tech company to exit, that's different. Okay. But you still have to know that even with those, good companies do take time. It's going to take time for you to figure out what's going to work for you because guess what? As an owner of a company, you have to learn yourself. And if you've never learned yourself, business is going to strip you down like a stripper. Probably not the best analogy I could use, but probably the best one that could apply. Okay? It's going to strip you. Okay? You're going to be on a pole, okay, in life, literally. And you may feel degraded at times, okay, but you also feel liberated at times. Not sure that's the best example to go with, but I'm going to go with it. So, with this, you're going to really feel stripped because for the first time, you're probably going to really see yourself for who you really are. And it may be a good thing and it may be a bad thing. But the point is you are going to learn who you are. But that's where you learn your voice. You learn the rhythm of your voice. You're going to learn how to speak. This is why, when it comes to public speaking and being a great public speaker, there are 2 books that I'm reading that are in, I think, I wish I never flew upstairs. I thought it was in my back book. But, oh my gosh, I will post them online. I just did one. It was it's 2 TED Talk books. But learning on how, you're going to learn yourself. You're going to learn on how to speak because you're going to have to learn how to pitch. You're going to learn how to give your vision and your mission, right? So you're going to learn all of that. So that's why the first thing is your voice. The second thing, guys, is your vision. Your vision is the destination. That's where you want to take people. People are not going to follow you if you do not know where you're taking them. Okay, that's just like the blind leading the blind. Okay, so you have to know what exactly are you doing for people. Don't give me some generic, oh, I want to change people's lives. You know, a lot of people want to change people's lives. A lot of people, like a lot of people want to do that. It's like when I tell pastors, so, oh, give me your vision. Oh, we want to lead people to Christ. Jesus told his disciples that. That's all of our commissions. Okay, all of our commissions is to go out here and spread the gospel. That's not a vision. That's not a vision. That's not a unique vision to the house of your church. Because you want to lead. We're not supposed to do that. The man on the corner is supposed to do that, but he's not starting a church. You don't see him starting a church. Okay, so you have to have it. No, that's not no offense. That's not to offend anyone. Just to you have to be adults. We have to have straight to straight conversation, right? Okay, so that's how I like to talk. Straight to straight, on mano to mano. Okay, conversation. Okay, so you have to have a unique vision. It has to be detailed. Okay, it has to be something where it is unique to your life, your voice, what God's called you to do. That's why a vision is never broad. Okay, it's broad enough to fit missions inside, but it's not small enough to where the mission overrides the vision. And that's where, for a lot of people, you're so addicted to the mission that because the vision is too small. You got to have a vision big enough to where missions can fit inside of, but not too big to where it's so generic. Does that make sense? Okay, so it has to be unique. It has to be where people won't be confused. People will not be confused. Say, well, that sounds like somebody else too. Where should I go? I don't know. I don't know. That sounds like, it becomes hard for them because what? There's no clarity. Then the last thing is that you have to have a mission. A mission is what you specifically do to reach that vision. Right? So if you have, for instance, our church's vision is to help families win in family, faith, and finance. That is the specific area. But guess why that's the specific area? My father, okay, he retired in his life as a wealth management executive who became a pastor. Oh my gosh. Then him and my mother, okay, they married and had this awesome and dynamic ministry through their marriage and building their family. Oh my gosh. So it makes sense on why their focus is on faith, family, and finance. Okay. And of course, we're a part of a certain, backing as far as denomination, but, we're not denominational, but, you don't know how that works. But anyway, the point is that it's a very unique mission. So when we do our events, this is very important. So when you create products, services, events, whatever you're doing in your ministry, it has to fit the vision. Does it tackle faith, family, and finances? Does it attack it in the way that we've been commissioned to do it, right? Otherwise, you'll find yourself producing things that don't fit the vision, which means it doesn't feed your community, which means you're just doing random stuff and copying people just to do things because you saw them do it. But wait, does it fit does it fit what we're called to do, right? Every specific community has a specific goal. And sometimes we get jealous because we'll look at somebody else and their community is growing, but that's not what you've been called to do. So yes, it's growing, it's awesome. But if you will stay committed to what you're supposed to do, you're going to feed the people that you're called to feed. But you have to stay focused. Okay, so just because someone's doing something that's successful, but is that what you've been called to do? That's why you have to know your voice. You have to know your vision and you know your mission. Y'all got that? Okay, great. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. Hopefully this is a great breakdown. Hopefully this has gotten your wheels turning a little bit. I've got to apply this to my business. I got to make sure my stuff is clear, organized. I got to make sure I'm consistent with my voice. Okay. And so you need to make sure that people, yes. And that's the thing with Fortitude, people really get vision and mission mixed up all the time because they think they're the same thing. They're not the same thing. Not the same thing, not at all. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you are part of my email list and you would have gotten a breakdown of this in your email that was this past Saturday, if you did get that email, then you know that I'm coming out with a platform building 101 online free course where I go a little bit more deeper into these 3 different components. And it's going to be the new funnel. That's going to be my welcome funnel for all my new email subscribers. So if you're not on my email list, you need to go to my website, which is my name. I brand my name, genesisdorsey.com. And you need to go right there on the homepage. There's a little join the tribe email subscriber box. You just punch your email in there, and then you're going to be officially joined, and you'll be able to start getting that free content that's going to help you. But of course, I would not be a business if I did not offer products and services. And so we have a couple things coming up. The biggest thing is that I have an online as well as a physical conference. It's a summit, so it's very small, but it's called the Secure Summit, and it's July the 18th through the 20th. We're adding an online component. I have a lot of people who wanted to come, but with flights and hotel was a lot. And so people are like, listen, do you have an online way that we can join into the business intensives? And so for 3 days, you'll be spending time with me as your coach. This is really to help people really get a sharpened focus on execution with taking your knowledge and building into a business. So let's say, you're a coach, you're an expert, you have knowledge of some kind, and you've been wanting to convert that knowledge into an actual full-fledged business where you may do consulting, speaking, you may develop products, workbooks, kits, books down the road, but you really want to take your knowledge, that passion, that thing that you really love to do, and you want to convert that into an actual business. But guess what? Where does it start? The platform. And so this is all about platform building 101. This is it's called an intensive for a reason, because you'll be spending 3 days that are solely built from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on you. I mean, think of it as like working. It's like a full day at the office, but you're going to be spending that full day with me. And so you have 2 options. We're adding an online option that will have the ability where you'll tune in every day in a group setting online, and you'll join me and we'll go through your business. The itinerary is on our website. You can go to genesisdorsey.com, and from the menu, select the Secure Summit so you can learn more about that. And then we're offering a physical VIP option, which is where I have some people who are flying out to physically spend time with me on Thursday. And so Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are 3 days with me. Again, it's going to be awesome. We have entrepreneurs from all different backgrounds, fitness experts, speakers, authors, pastors, ministers, people who are experts but want to take their knowledge and package it correctly to have a full-fledged business. So you can learn more about that by going to genesisdorsey.com/secure, or just go to my website and just click on the Secure Summit for 2019. Again, it's July the 18th through the 20th. If you have any more questions, you can always email my team at info@genesisdorsey.com. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. If you want to see the replay, you can catch it on my YouTube channel and just type in Genesis Dorsey. Guys, I had a pleasure talking to you, and I will see you guys for another video soon. Why? I gotta be consistent. See you guys later. Bye. See you Instagram. Bye. Bye, YouTube. Giveaway coming soon.